Abusuan Speaker Abamba Bontin a message at the Akoma, a Supreme Court, SNDB at the Ama EC JeanMensah, and was DB Amanado, Danko Akufo-Addo, or Chelese, or no dear Nensamo Obekano, a final, or no on can assemble not China friend was Sansanano. Media say or a principal man, Nejumana or Yeno, or the principles and or the Nejuma, because on do him say a bano a year abatua. Nkofo ayi omono eye voters na ayi omo na sesa nkofo no voters ni yi omo a na ono electoral commissioner ba bonte no ba be declare nkofo na vote ya omo to aba na ayi omo no ba be declare ne wa wini ni ewo na se wo declare ni pa na wa wini as your parliamentary candidate wo be do eye parliament wona ono na speaker of parliament na be so esa ni pa ni in na se wo wan fa kwan paso na se wo de akwan foforo so bi so na wo de be pie ewo eye parliament wan de onimu ba biara mpoda a obetumi aka so be so awu in abusa papa yi akasa ode nsem bibira na ode atudwa na ne nsem a isa eto aso ne se this time round na ye ko nyame yadom on the 7th of January be so papa e no se ye be retain a speaker of parliament abambabin se be retain na se ye retain na abusa ehon nsem so aba betudwa ni de kwanse ha be media GH so say na dey can when you channel so need dey consider so be jimle basa skabo like no abo ahye mafofa pensem no be ati na nya be ati yenche won yenko tie speaker of parliament ni some odi atudwa o man bi e de koye EC office esa ADB ekọ Supreme Court any na nado office na se wi na se wadun che bia ni do bo kwanse abomaden na ya che ya adun be media GH so yeah that's
because the speaker else.Bagbin says he will insist that the right thing is done by ensuring that properly elected members of parliament are sworn in. Speaking to the NDC's professional forum, he maintained he has the power to swear in legislators.
In the truth, I have nothing to fear. If you ask me tomorrow that I say yes, I said it. The decision of the Supreme Court just followed the position I took before even they delivered their decision. To become a member of parliament, you have to be elected by the voter. And you have to be declared by the Electoral Commission. But you have to be sworn in by the Speaker.
Thank you.
Until you are sworn in by the Speaker, you remain MP elect. So I was very clear in my mind that some of those re-collation and re-declaration were completely null and void ab initio. They were unknown to the law. And so they were not properly so-called MPs elect and not qualified to be sworn in by me.
Well, else.Bagbin, he's receiving some support from the NDC's Professionals Forum. Its national president, Ambassador Sam Piale, has warned the party's elected members of parliament not to dare try to change the speaker.
For those who work very close with you, they see you as the Speaker of Parliament. But we saw you as a pivotal link between the NDC as a party and Parliament. You represented the spirit of our party. Anytime we spoke to you and with you, you had insisted that you wanted to establish strong and stronger institutions like the Parliament. And once again, Right Honorable Speaker, we want to assure you of our unflinching support for your endeavors. We want to be the first to dare say that our members of parliament should dare not make a mistake. They dare not make any mistake in changing you.
Let's speak to Professor Ali Seidu. He's the head of the political of Ghana. Subject this to a bit more scrutiny. This support else.Bagbin is receiving, and whether or not a decision to change him could prove detrimental for the NDC in Parliament. Prof, I appreciate that you could speak to us this afternoon. We've just heard the NDC's Professionals Forum warning elected members of Parliament not to dare attempt to change else.Bagbin as Speaker. A sound caution in your view?
Yeah, thank you so much, and good evening to your viewers. I think we need to assess this situation looking at two important things. His track record, but also the circumstances, the political environment we are in at the moment. First, with the character and temperament and traits of the Right Honourable Speaker else.Bagbin. I think he's one of the most experienced individuals when it comes to parliamentary procedure and the workings of Parliament.
Right.
He has been an MP himself. He has been a majority leader. He has been a minority leader. He has served in a lot of committees, and he has been the Speaker for the 8th Parliament. And when you look at what he has been able to do, people thought because he was an NDC, he has an NDC background, he will have been a little bit biased towards the NDC. But he has been very firm. He has stuck to the rules of the House, and he has been impartial. To the extent that there was even a time that one of the front benches of the NDC, Honorable Mutaka, had issues with him, that he was not being fair to the NDC. So you could imagine such an even-handed, balanced person handling a very challenging parliament we've ever had. 137, an evenly divided parliament. He was able to steer it to a very complete end. So he's somebody with a track record, with the experience to be able to lead. The second bit has to do with the political environment. Will the 9th Parliament be like the 8th Parliament? The circumstances are quite different. We've seen that in the 9th Parliament, NDC is going to have an overwhelming majority, and NDC is going to be in government. Unlike in the 8th Parliament where NDC was in opposition and they had equal number of seats, now NDC is going to be in power. NDC has an overwhelming, almost two-thirds majority of the seats. So we need a Speaker of Parliament who is not only going to master the art of the game, but who is going to serve to some extent as a check on the overwhelming majority that the NDC has.
And you believe...
So he, as somebody with experience, somebody with the track record, is somebody who will be able to provide that element of countervailing balance to the NDC overwhelming majority by doing an impartial job in Parliament. And I think both the majority and the minority side have worked with him. They are even members of Parliament, but also as a Speaker. And they appreciate his frankness, his unique temperament, and his neutrality in this work. So I think he's one of the best front runners for the job. And if the NDC doesn't have any problem with him, the way he said the 8th Parliament, I think he should be the one that they should go for.
There are insider conversations about an attempt to seek to balance out in terms of the power scale within the party across the various regions. And so, reason for which we're even seeing a conversation in relation to whether or not else.Bagbin should still be Speaker. There are those who make the argument that with Mr. Mahama from the north, they should be looking at someone from elsewhere to be handling possibly Parliament. Is that a conversation that can hold, looking at all of the considerations that should be made going into the 9th Parliament?
So I agree that there should be an element of balance in our governance system. But we should not sacrifice either ethnic or religious or regional balance on the merit of what? Expediency. It should be done based on, on the platform of expediency. It should be done based on the platform of what? Experience. I believe that there are a lot of portfolios NDC winning political power that they can compensate regions, tribes, religious backgrounds that had contributed enormously to the success of the party. You remember when Haruna, Idrisu, and Muntaka were removed?
Yeah.
That was also the undertones that were read into that particular removal. And up to now, the NDC still have those cracks.